people physically, try and do these one-on-one sessions virtually with industry leaders, especially in the L&D space, to understand how things are changing, right? I mean,
Right.
pre-COVID, the story was completely different now. And, every time I speak to an L&D person, they say we've never been this busy ever in our lives. So,
Right.
I mean, so how are things shifting? How has this impacted not only your organization and your industry, but your function, L&D as a whole? How are you looking at it differently? So just like a discussion, just wanted to pick your brains on what's happening. And I think from the pharma industry, you're probably the first person I'm speaking to. So it'll be a very fresh and a new view that I will hear today. So yeah, so just that, right? So have things changed in terms of L&D for you? I mean, in the last 7-8 months now.
Yeah. In fact, Niti, the way you have started, so let me have some background for this. You see that being in the L&D space, correct, one of the prime responsibility and one of the key competency of every L&D leader is that always looking way forward. Right. So if you just go a little bit back, correct, in the year 2000, that is the time when people were talking about that this year e-learning is going to be the game changer, right? But you see that it came, correct, it stayed for some time, but could not create much impact on the way the L&D entire piece is being conducted. Then you see that from 2010 onwards, people started talking about digital learning, right? But it was also a buzzword before the COVID times. But this crisis automatically has pushed people, correct, to adapt towards the digital. So the piece which I wanted to share over here is that we always have been, correct, forward looking people, but we realized that there were some key components were there, correct, which were actually inhibiting us to implement the various new form of technologies in L&D space. And this COVID has actually accelerated that particular need. And it has brought a very fundamental thing that people learn because of two reasons. Either they learn because their growth is involved into it, or they learn because of fear. So this COVID has brought both the components together, and that is how you see that the pre-COVID LND and during the COVID LND, because post-COVID we have not seen yet, because it is about to come, right? So the pre-COVID and during COVID, correct? I could see in my department, in my organization, a sea change towards identifying and adopting the new channels of learning. Like we were the first in the pharma industry, correct, to launch learning app some 3 years back. Right. So we have our own struggles for the adoption of learning app. You know that the e-learning when it was there, digital learning, correct? You have to follow a lot with the people that course completion and this thing, right? So we made it very interesting. And around pre-COVID, our this adoption rates were around 60-65%, correct? And that was considered to be good because looking into our large field force size, which is around of 10,000 people on field across country. And during the COVID times, we have seen it has gone up to around 96 to 97%. Correct. And this adoption has started actually creating a reverse pressure on the LND. Right. And what is that reverse pressure? You know, that how to source new content, how fast you can bring the content, and how interesting content you can design. So I tell you.